What's up, everybody? Adam Rake here with NFL Fantasy, talking about my top 5 pass catchers for the 2021 NFL Draft, and of course, your fantasy drafts, which will be coming up this summer. And of course, as I lay this out, I have to tell you, a lot of this depends on where these players go. Remember last year, we were huge fans of CeeDee Lamb. Then he goes to the Cowboys that already has 30 receivers. That hurt his value a little bit. But Justin Jefferson, who we loved coming into the draft, thought he should have gone to Philadelphia, but he ended up in a perfect situation in Minnesota. So, of course, remember, we'll go through this, but heading into the draft, here are my top 5 guys. I want to start at number 5 with Elijah Moore. I love this player. He's undersized for sure, but you know what? The undersized Julian Edelman is going to be going to the Hall of Fame in a couple of years. Okay, we won't have that discussion right now, but I love Elijah Moore. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but he really does remind me of Antonio Brown. He does a lot of great things. He is somebody that can excel outside in the slot. You can even put him in the backfield. I think that any team that brings him in as a complimentary receiver could end up paying the benefits, and I think that he could be a PPR monster, playing in the slot, getting a lot of looks. And number 4, I'm going to go with Devonta Smith. Smith is tall, long arms, runs amazing routes. He catches everything. Of course, the player, again, I don't want to put too much pressure on these guys, but he really reminds me of Calvin Ridley. His scouting report also brags about his blocking. We don't get fantasy points for that, but that's the kind of stuff that gets you on the field, gets you the trust of the coaches. And I think that once he hits the ground with an NFL team, he's going to end up making a huge impact in this league. At number 3, I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle. And he's the opposite. He's the smaller guy. He's the spark plug kind of a guy. We saw these guys play at Alabama. We know how good they are. And of course, again, if I'm just throwing around comparisons and I'm not caring, I'm just going to make the lazy comparison to Tyreek Hill. But I think that he can come in and make that kind of impact as somebody who can stretch the defenses. He does a lot of things well, gets down the field, gets great separation. We love him. And so wherever he goes, please go to a team that needs a slot receiver. Maybe, I don't know, Miami. I don't know. I'm Philadelphia. I don't know. Just go somewhere where they're going to throw you the football. At number 2, I'm going to go with Jamar Chase, one of the most exciting players in the draft. He can line up inside. He can line up outside. His route running is good. He's got that extra gear. Like when the ball's in the air, he can just go up and get it. And that's one of the things that we really love about him. He's a playmaker. You throw up those 50-50 balls, he is going to win those battles. And that is what we love about him. And again, I don't think that it's lazy to, if you want to do Justin Jefferson because they played for the same school, don't do that. I think more like an Anquan Bolden type, a Steve Smith type. Although don't tell Steve, like he's a little bit faster. But anyways, like he's somebody like that who can make a difference. And you were like, well, Jamar Chase is number 2. Who can be number 1? And I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts. And you're like, oh, that's why Rank was saying pass catcher. I didn't say receiver. I said pass catcher for this very reason, because whether it's your fantasy draft or it's the real NFL draft, Kyle Pitts should be the first pass catcher off the board. He's a generational talent. I know that too many people say these things like, oh, he's a unicorn out there. This is the only player where that really fits for. Like he is one of those guys like a Tony Gonzalez that can come in and just change your entire offense. And I know that it's very difficult for tight ends to come in year 1 and make a huge impact. We've had a lot of disappointments over the years of guys that we thought could just step in. And normally it'll take a player a little bit of time to get acclimated to the NFL, but Pitts is the kind of dude that is going to come in, and granted, once again, he's going to go to the right system, whether he could go to the Falcons at 4, he could go to the Bengals, he could go to the Eagles, the Dolphins, whatever. He's going to come in, he's going to make a huge impact. So this summer, when you're doing your fantasy draft, make sure the first pass catcher off the board from this rookie class is going to be Kyle Pitts. Now, remember, you can watch the 2021 NFL Draft presented by Verizon to see where all of this year's prospects land. The event kicks off Thursday, April 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Urban Meyer and the Jaguars are on the clock right now with the number 1 overall selection. Watch the entire draft on NFL Network, and I'll catch you next time.